Hi, my name is Emily Morris, and I am a DLS with CFB ISD. Today, I'm going to be giving you a quick rundown about how to use the new Google Assignments LTI external tool within Canvas. This is eventually going to replace the Google Cloud Assignment external tool that many may be used to using. So, your first step is to create an assignment. Go ahead and do that whichever way you are most comfortable, whether that's through the Assignments tab or the Module tab within Canvas. I am in the Assignments tab, so I'm going to click the plus under Assignments. I am going to name my assignment. And then, of course, down here is where you can put any instructions for your students about the assignment itself. Down here, you're going to customize just as you normally would. And under Submission Type, you're going to select External Tool. We're going to find a tool. And we're actually looking for Google Assignments LTI. We are not picking the Google Docs Cloud assignment. You and your students may see this pop up as you are assigning an assignment or as your students are opening their assignment. This is to make sure that you're linking the correct account. So take a quick second, make sure that the account you have is your CFB ISD account, and hit continue. Google Assignments has some pretty cool features like a plagiarism checker, originality checker. Keep in mind that you can only use this plagiarism checker on 5 assignments total, so use wisely. To decide you're going to use it, you'll just hit the toggle button over here, and you'll get some plagiarism reports from student submissions. You have 2 choices. You can choose to attach a template file. This is a file that students will all get a copy of, their own individualized copy within their own Google Drive. Or you can leave this blank and students will have the ability to attach their own document or create a brand new document. I'm going to go ahead and attach. Another pro tip would be, before you begin creating your assignment, go in your Google Drive and open that document template that you want to use real fast, because then it shows up right here at the beginning of your recents, and you don't have to search very long to find the right document. I'm going to click Add. And then here's where you want to be careful. You want to make sure that your total points and your due date match whatever you have put in Canvas. That helps the two talk to each other and make sure that whatever grade you input in Google Assignments shows up in your Canvas gradebook. You also have the ability to create rubrics within Google Assignments. You can create from scratch or import some that you already have created. I'm going to hit create. And then you're going to want to hit select one more time. And then here's something to pay attention to. If you would like for this tool, anytime the kids open it, to load in a new tab, you should check this. If you don't want a new tab to open, maybe all those tabs are overwhelming for your students, then make sure this is unchecked. And then the rest you'll decide just as you have, and save and publish, or just save. So now let's take a look at what it looks like from the student perspective. All right, when students open their Google assignment, it'll look just like any other assignment. It'll be in the same page. They'll get this frame here at the bottom where they'll get this prompt. What we want students to do is to open, to attach, and submit. So we click that button. Their copy of the document will be here, and they can open it. They can begin to, you'll notice in their document that their name is at the top in front of the title of the assignment, which can be very helpful. Students can begin to work and input things on their assignment. When they're ready, they can click Submit. Are you sure you want to submit? Yes, I want to submit. And there you go. It'll say you're all set. Your assignment is submitted and ready for your instructor to review. And then if students were to go back to that file that they were working on, they would notice that their access has expired. Every time a student submits their assignment in Google Assignments, their permissions to that document changes from an editor to just a viewer. So they can view their document, but they won't be able to edit their document anymore. That makes sure that whatever they submitted is the final product, the final copy. They can't, you as an instructor are seeing exactly what they submitted. However, students can also always click this Unsubmit button. So let's go ahead and see, now that we have a student submission, what it looks like from the teacher view. All right, let's see what it looks like from the teacher view. So once you're in your assignment, right, I've opened my assignment, Practice Spheres of the Earth. Once you have some students open the document, you'll begin to see a list of students here. If a student has not opened the document, their name will not appear on this list. You'll also be able to see who submitted it and who hasn't. And you will get to be able to filter by status as well. I am going to click on this submission. It will open in a new frame, a new tab. However, now that you have this one tab open, you don't have to go back to Canvas to navigate through. This operates pretty much the same way that SpeedGrader does. You have your drop down that you can toggle through students. You can filter by name, you can filter by status. You have an arrow here that you can skip to the next student. What I love about this is I get all of the Google Doc features to be able to give feedback. I can add a comment. I can highlight. I can make suggestions, all kinds of things. The other thing I really like about Google Assignments is being able to build a feedback, kind of like feedback bank. If I know that I'm gonna give a lot of the same feedback to my students. Like I can anticipate some of that feedback I'm gonna be giving. I can go ahead and prep. You'll notice here I've got my comment bank. I can add things. So maybe I know that I'm gonna have to tell students a lot. They're gonna get these two things mixed up. And so I can say, remember, biosphere is all living things and lithosphere is the Earth's crust. And I can add that comment here. Then whenever I'm ready to add that comment, I can just copy to clipboard. Add a comment. Oops. And paste. The other thing that's really cool, you may not have to copy and paste every time, but if you begin with the same words, you'll get a drop down and you'll get to select the same thing. So I feel like that's a little bit easier for me than having to copy and paste it. Just begin with the same words and it'll autofill from there, which is pretty cool. Saves me a lot of time. You can give a grade here. You can give some overall feedback here. You could even, if you wanted to open in a new window, you could do that. And then the last thing you'll want to do is return any submissions to students. My pro tip is wait until you've graded all of your submissions and given all of your feedback before you return. Clicking that return button does take a couple seconds for the computer to think before it has returned it. But if you go through and give all of your feedback at once, you can do the drop back down and click return multiple submissions and return them all at once, which is a super easy way to do it. So I'm going to return this submission. See how it takes a couple seconds. And now when I go back to Canvas and I refresh this page, I will see that I have submitted it, returned it. And since I didn't put a grade on it, it's still returned and assigned. It's not returned and graded. Another cool feature about using Google Assignments LTI is my ability to see students' work live. So I know sometimes students forget to hit submit, or they tell you, oh, I'm almost done, I just have to hit submit, etc., etc. The cool thing about Google Assignments LTI is that it creates a copy of the document. The document lives in your drive and in your student's drive. So in your drive, you're going to see a folder called Assignments. And then within that folder, you'll see a folder for every course you have in Canvas that you've used assignments with. So since I've played around with assignments, I've got quite a few. I'm going to go ahead and go into the one we were working on today. And I believe, since I've played a couple times, this is the one that we were working on. It'll give you a folder for each assignment you've created as well. So here it is. And then what you'll notice is you will see the document that your students are working on. So that's the original. But another thing I like is that you'll see this copy of. You'll get a copy every time the student submits the document. So you kind of get a snapshot in time of what the student submitted to you each time they submitted, and you'll notice the timestamp up here at the top of when they submitted it and what it looked like, as well as any feedback that you gave, which can be a great tool when sharing with parents, when sharing with students, kind of their growth along the way. I find that to be a really useful tool. So that's what I've got with Google Assignments. I know that was a really quick rundown. I hope to see you exploring and playing around with the Google Assignment LTI in your Canvas course. If you have any questions with using Google Assignments LTI, put a comment below or reach out to your DLS. Thanks.